With limited time on my end, instead of doing a bunch of one-off small guides for games that I try or have in rotation, these ultimate guides are an all-encompassing tips and summaries of various items I believe important for your gameplay experience and to help you make a sound decision if the game is worth your time. If there is something I missed or you would like me to cover in greater detail, let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do. Overall, I try to give an unbiased take in all guides and impressions. Timestamps in the video description below. Higan, Eryuthll Ultimate Guide. So first thing first, what is Higan Eryuthll? Higan, for my RPG lovers, is a hybrid turn-based RPG from the makers of Artery Gear. To summarize the combat, think the ATB systems of Final Fantasy where you have to make a command while everything else is still happening in real time. With a traditional mix of the tank, DPS, healer trinity, Higan also is flexible enough to allow you to mix and match team building concepts to try unique flavors outside the traditional setup. The pity system works similar to most other gachas, with a rate of 2% per SSR and rate up banners offering 50% or more within that 2% range. The nice thing about the pity is the percentage of pooling in SSR begins to build up from the 2% after every 50 pulls until it reaches a max of 100% guaranteed. The system comes in two flavors, the standard character banners, which uses these two currencies, and then your accessory banner, which you can use these two currencies for. The user interface of Higan is clean and easy to navigate, following the theme of a traveling play production, think Shakespeare in anime form. One of the key things of a good UI and experience is the ability to hop around without too much hindrance with a built-in back tab from previous games you were on based on the information you are searching for. It's an appreciate small detail to save time. As I mentioned in my UI summary, the art direction of Higan aims for Shakespeare with an anime twist, with some futuristic trappings thrown in for good measure. The cast is themed around the concept of playwrights, actors, singers, and an ensemble cast of other oddities that will make performance arts majors blush. We have 6 classes in Higan, ranging from your paladin, warrior, rogue, black mage, archer, and healer tropes. Each one is extremely specialized to handle content in different ways. Guardians being our tanks that can help with damage mitigation and crowd control. Hoplites are your warriors focused more on DPS and team-wide melee buffs. Assassins are great for getting into the back lines and sniping ranged enemies and high single target DPS. While rangers have varying uses, but the main thing is attacking from a distance. Casters are the black mages of the Higan world, focused on magic-based damage, debuffs, and crowd control. And then we have our healers and off healers with buff abilities. That's basically this class. The 5 elements of the world have various counter mechanics and is actually fairly important to pay attention to in Higan, as sometimes using the wrong element can severely get you punished in combat. Pyro seems to be the only element so far that helps with DPS consistently with its damage over time, aka dot mechanic. The abilities of characters in Higan contain a basic auto attack skill, passive skill, active, or we call it the card skill, and ultimate. The ultimate skill requires your energy gauge to be filled up to use, but the skill you should always keep upgraded consistently would be your basic and card skills. These skills will be your bread and butter on your team and most used in all content. The passives have their uses based on your needs and basically the team composition, while the ultimate requires you to consistently use your basic attack and card skill to charge it. It wouldn't be a gacha game without having to make you roll to make your character more powerful with dupes. The awakening system is what you do with those dupes, from small incremental buffs like HP and crit rate to more ability/skill altering improvements to your character. The awakening system is pretty straightforward and not super grindy, where even SR and R units have a place in the game content when properly utilized. A nice touch to the awakening system is you can farm dupes in game without having to go through gacha collecting soul essence and crafting them to be applied to a character of your choice based on class. The story of Higan takes place on a planet called Eruthyll, where you are the director of a traveling troupe of artists who all happen to be able to kick ass and be artistically talented in some way. Using a coveted resource called Bristol, you will, in typical story fashion, fight back the evildoers wishing to use this resource for nefarious means. The key highlight of Higan's story is the persona-inspired foundation of dungeon diving into the subconscious of an afflicted person or even an entire city called the Fantasyland to restore it to a more stable manner. You have 4 types of resources in Higan, from item, materials, essence, and play. Your items will range from gifts, for characters to dungeon keys and general gacha credit. Materials are mainly skill-based upgrade items. Essence is your dupe currency. Plays are your accessories to equip to your characters. Upgrading your characters in Higan is pretty straightforward. You'll be showered from various activities with upgrade materials for your characters, but please be aware, there's an account-based leveling system as well that's only upgradable via story progression and a prestige system based on your stamina usage daily. Upgrading your accessories, aka your plays, require a different material found mainly from completing a Spiral Abyss roguelike dungeon called Mesmerizing Labyrinth. You'll want to focus on story progression first, leveling at a minimum 4 characters consistently, and making sure you upgrade your abilities and equipping plays that will enhance your power level. If you play Higan at a decent pace, you'll be pleasantly surprised by the amount of game modes currently in the game, from limited time events, adventure mode, which is your story and main progress hub, to the Outlands that offers up PvP and PvE content from the roguelike dungeon of Mesmerizing Labyrinth, resource grind instances, and more. One of the nice quality of life features of Higan is being able to auto farm most of the grindy parts of resource collection while offline. This is your command center, with Veilcourt being your currency production, the director office being the middleman limiting your station upgrades until it's upgraded using the command center currency or the game's global currency to upgrade it. I would advise not spending the global currency as you will want to use it for gacha pools and possibly stamina replenishment. The command center also houses your crafting station, which you'll need to upgrade to craft better materials. And Sailing Theater has some nice bonuses if you check it out. If you do plan to spend in the game, some of the best tips is making sure you are always hitting up the beginner bundles, as these are free and tied to your account progression, and your limited daily bundle, which is also free and gives a stamina regen item. You will want to grab the $5 monthly card at the minimum and the mission pass, which is $20. You'll get an additional gacha pool currency separate from your gacha pool items called sigils that opens up a shop called Wish Exchange with various phases to unlock. Thank you for watching this edition of Ultimate Guide. I've also included in the description below various Higan and Eruthyll content creators if you want your daily or weekly fix of Higan content. Thanks for watching. Until the next one, peace.